Welcome to our art retreat introduction workshop. So our art retreat 2026 is going to be very exciting. This summer we have decided a minimum 2 spots, and there could be the third one. So the first 2 is the first part to Malaysia, and the second part to Guizhou, China. And we have invited guest artists. Suzchiang Tan from Malaysia. He's a very well-known abstract artist, and yeah, he's well-known worldwide. He has been to many workshops, many seminars, and he's given workshops to over 2,000 people last year, I believe. So yeah, his painting techniques and his thought, his thinking process, his the entire way of painting is so unique, so out of the traditional way of painting. I believe Suzchiang Tan is here with us. I will just turn off my screen sharing and let him say hello to everyone.
Hey, 大家好, everybody. Hello.
Yeah. So maybe you can tell us where you're from and something about this art retreat that we're excited about in end of June, right?
Yes, I'm Suzchiang from Malaysia. So welcome all to this year, July. We are the workshop in Melaka, Malaysia state. So the Melaka is very famous for the tourists. All the tourism will come to Malaysia. So the Melaka is a good choice for the old people. 就是它曾经是被荷兰、被葡萄牙、被英国统治的一个地方。所以它的那种文化很多元，包括我们这边比较有名的那个娘惹 Babanyonya， 就是来自于这一个地方，还有槟城。
Oh, so first of all, just to introduce to you, Master Suzchiang Tan. He's originated from Malaysia, and this time he's going to bring us to Melaka and have 2 days plein air workshop with him, first of all, and then we will join the International Art Festival from Muar, and we will continue our journey on to another city called Muar. Suzchiang just give us a brief background of Melaka is that it used to be kind of colonized by many countries, and it has a lot of influence from the Portuguese, from the British, Spain, maybe. Even Spain as well. So it's a mix of multicultural and it's very vivid. You see the buildings are built in different times, all pre-war buildings that are built and mingled together with some Chinese buildings. So it's a very good spot for tourists. But it's not a big town. It's quite a small town. And everything is within walking distance. And every corner you turn is a beautiful scenic view for painting.
所以我是希望大家来的时候，马六甲它古城呢，它其实被那个世界文化组织列为那个非文化遗产，所以呢，它整个环境呢，它是没有那种高楼，所以呢，它保存了很完整的一种原貌。当然，在当中你们可以看到一些马六甲的一些文化啊，这个包括中国文化，包括马来西亚的一些文化，当然也可以看到我们说的一个荷兰建筑物然后包括有葡萄的一些历史古迹，这些是给马六甲带来一种很丰富的一种文化。这个是荷兰的建筑物红屋。
Oh, the Hongwu. So you can see that this is the red houses. I think it's called what is it? The red street or red square, right?
Yeah, red square.
Yeah, red square. So it's the red square district. This is built in 17 something, I believe. This is from Holland, Dutch, right? It has a heavy Dutch influence there as well, and it's very well preserved. And this entire city is already in the World Reserve Heritage. So there's no tall buildings built to break the beauty of the city. So it's very well preserved as the way it is, and you get to see the authentic style of living of the people living in this area.
在活动当中如果说属于有我们上完课了，大家其实有时间，大家可以乘坐那个那个船，可以大概花一个大概有30分钟的一个船它会带你们到处去看一看马六甲河的景观。然后这个你所发的照片呢，这个是我们去年的活动跟一些画家。
Okay. So there's a river that's called the Melaka River that runs through the town, and you're welcome to take a boat cruise. Also, is about 20 minutes the boat cruise to have a different view from a different angle to have a different view of the city, right? Of the entire city. And these are the photos that are taken from their last year's International Watercolor Festival. So they had a very successful event, as you can see, in a fairly big gallery.
我们其实今年更引进的或者带的那个国外的画家，会比较多去年是马来西亚的画家，大概百分比大概就是 60跟40，然后这一次呢，我们的国外画家呢占的百分比差不多是一半了。
Oh, okay. Muar, the International Art Festival, last year was their very first time, and then this year is the second time. It was a huge success last year, and so they continued this year and invited more international artists from Asia. Last year, it was the majority were still artists from Malaysia, from the local area, but Malaysia is also a country that is in love of art. I see so many festivals and international festivals and artists from this region. So this year they expanded to more international artists.
我昨天特地开车去了马六甲一趟，然后
哦，
呢，我再拍照，然后我再去做一些资料收集，我发现这个马六甲呢，它有更多就是说它的整个那个活跃，或者说它整个旅游的那种旅游的资讯就做得更发达，或者说更容易懂。然后我们去的时候，其实很多时候我们只要步行就可以到了，包括那里有一些美术馆，包括有一些巴巴娘惹的一些呃美术馆，还有当地的一些博物馆。所以我们用走路或者说用行驶，其实就可以看到一些很珍贵的一些历史的东西，而不需要说特别要去特别远其实步行的地方都可以，也有很多那种
okay.
咖啡厅、美食。
Wow,
嗯。
that's amazing. So, for the purpose of this event, this art festival, Suzchiang actually drove all around town in Melaka yesterday, and he noticed even more of how well set up the city is for tourists. A lot of information and very easy to get by, and yeah, for walking. And you can see many places that are perfect, suitable for painting purpose. Yeah, a lot of cafes, a lot of places that are very enticing. So it would make our trip even more attractive. And here you can see some of Shuqiang's painting. For example, these two scenes are in Malacca, and he painted this based on the 2 or 3 photos. 老师也可以给我们介绍一下您的画风。
因为其实首先我的画风就有点好玩，跟其他画家不同的是，我会告诉大家，我们在取景的时候呢，其实很多时候呢是利用当地的一些建筑特色，还有一些他们的色彩，当地的一种民族的色彩，可能是食物，可能是他们的服装，也可能是他们当地的一些图腾，然后我会借用这些颜色、图腾或者符号，然后来从中呢，然后来记录跟组合我的画面。
这样。So you can tell already by seeing his paintings is very unique, right? He doesn't paint like the ordinary artists who paint vividly from what you see and transfer them onto the paper. But instead, he has his own interpretation and a very loose approach or almost abstract approach to approach the scenes. And first of all, he would teach you how to select the scenes from the plein air location. And that's very important, right? And then he will organize them, whether it's in images, in symbols, or colors, and he will organize them thoroughly in his thoughts first, and then he would transfer them onto the painting, and he will show you step by step how to do so. Yeah. And for example, some of the paintings he did, he picked out some of the colors or the textures on the walls, and or the shapes of the buildings, and then he will reconstruct it. He will break it down and then reconstruct it in his head, and then plan it well and execute it on paper on his painting.
因为我们其实很多人写生，他们会看着这个景，就是100%的把它画下来。但是在我这里呢，其实我教给大家的不是画那个景，我们去感受这个当地的一些特色，从各个方面的一种画面上去入手。所以呢，他画的是整个马来西亚的一种文化跟一种感受，而不是只是单单画一个景。而这样的一种画法呢，跟这种处理方式到目前因为我有在观察一些人家在教的方面这个东西是目前为止是没有人这样子去教。
这样教，对。
对，因为这个方法它特别有很好的一种引导方式。那它不难，但是它必须要有一种引导方式。有了这些想法呢，其实以后呢，大家在创作的时候呢，大家会更能了解。
He explained in detail how he teaches, and that he is teaching this style one of a kind, and he hasn't seen any other artist teaches in this way. So you'll be able to immerse in this kind of abstract style of landscape plein air painting, Foley. And what he does is, as he mentioned, he doesn't paint just the scene, and copy it onto the paper or transfer it onto his painting. So what he's teaching you is not teaching you how to paint just basically from the scene, but really teaching you a way of process, a way of thinking process to break everything down. And to go away from the conventional way and to create something that's bold, abstract compositions, and something that speaks to you, and to create your own voice, to express your own voice, what you want to express. It might be emotion, it might be a sense of emotions and mood that you capture at the time being. And so you're maybe painting a culture that you get from Malaysia. So it's not just a plain city or street view. So this is really to embrace your intuition and to experiment many of his tricks. He's going to show you many fun tricks, and to really break through the the cocoon, or break through the box, think outside the box, and to use these unconventional tools with confidence.
艺术东西它很多时候是感受而来的，它不是这种简单的用眼睛去看。用眼睛去看的时候呢，很多时候我们只是画到它的大型的，就是大面积的一种表现，但是我们没办法画进那个画作的故事。其实每一幅画里面，它应该有当地的一些故事跟文化，让我们来去表达、去呈现，而不是仅仅只是为了一个景。而这个景呢，它就比较表面，对我来说。所以呢，欢迎大家来这个一个马来西亚一个热带国家，然后呢充满一种多元文化的一个国家，然后我们也可以品尝马来西亚的一些美食，还有一些不同类的人文，这个东西是非常好玩的。因为没有来的人，可能马来西亚大家都觉得会去泰国，跟新加坡，马来西亚其实它就是一个很低调一个国家，它也不会去强调自己有多好，但是来的人呢都觉得是特别的舒服。
对对，我也有这个感觉。对，是的。So, as you see from his painting, he really paints the emotions, the movement more than just capturing the realistic scene, right? And Malaysia is a country that is quite low key in comparison to Thailand or Singapore, for example. Many people know a lot about Thailand and Singapore, but not too many know about Malaysia. But I had the fortune to go to Malaysia a long time ago, and that's also hometown of my great grandparents. The food is excellent. The food is one thing that we cannot resist, and you cannot find the same kind of food elsewhere. So it's interesting. You have to go for a visit and experience it yourself. And also the culture is multicultural, and the people are super nice. Yeah, you will get to experience it if you have a chance to go with us this time. And also, it's very different learning online compared to learning offline, right? So we really hope you will take this opportunity, especially to learn someone with such a high status, such as Suzchiang Tan himself. So I do hope you will have a chance to come and explore the Malaysia, the culture, the country, and to explore different styles of painting with Suzchiang Tan. And here we can talk about what you can expect from our art retreat. So this is a perfect blend of painting and travel together, right? So you get to paint daily in plein air, also have demonstrations and workshops in an intimate small group setting, because we are limited to maybe including Shujiang's students, maybe, and there's maybe a small group from China, but from our group about 15 maximum. So I'm not taking on more people because I personally won't be able to take care of that many. And we like you to have this intimate setting where you get to ask questions and you get to watch and learn closely with Suzchiang Tan and with other artists as well. So you get to learn landscape painting with Suzchiang Tan through his expressive, unconventional, and abstract approach, as we already explained. And also, the next stop is in Guizhou, where you will paint closely with 3 other masters, such as Amit Kapoor from India, Lei Li from China, and Professor Zhu Zhigang. So he's also a highly regarded professor, artist in China. And Shujiang knows all of them, of course. So in Malaysia is also to experience the art festival in Muar through demonstrations from various artists, workshops, and on-location painting, the plein air painting. 那舒强老师可以跟我们说一下这个在 麻坡的水彩节会是怎么样吗？
水彩节呢，这个是集合了亚洲的一些画家，有泰国，
嗯
有印度尼西亚，有台湾，中国，然后还有日本，还有韩国，这
嗯
些比较亚洲比较著名的画家，他
嗯
们同时呢来的时候呢，也会在现场做一个示范，然后大家其实就是可以就是免费的去看到近距离的去看他们怎么画，同时也可以跟他们做一个交流，也同时可以看到他们一起去写生，这是一个很好的机会，因为能聚集这么多的一些亚洲的画家。大家来的话就可以一次见到完，这个是一个难得的机会。
So he talked about the art festival in Muar. They invited top artists from around Asia, from Japan, Thailand, Korea, China, Taiwan, and Malaysia local as well. This is a very unique experience or a very precious experience that you will get because you get to watch them closely during their art demonstrations and workshops. And they invited many of them to do separate workshops and demonstrations throughout the 3 or 4 days. There's also plein air painting session as well, where you can paint along or you could watch them as well. So all these workshops and demonstrations in plein air, in some other art festivals, you have to pay separately because they are individual items and you have to pay separately to learn from each masters. But over here, everything is for free. You can listen in and watch from the beginning to the end of one artist, or you can go to from one artist to another. But they're not going to have everybody paint all at once. Maybe two artists painting at the same time, or maximum 3 or 4 painting at the same time. So you won't feel overwhelmed. But at the same time, you get to learn a lot, and it's an interactive session that you can ask questions even. So this is a very rare and precious opportunity to learn from some of the great top artists from the East. Yeah, we many of you might know more of the artists from the West. However, the East has a lot. These artists has a lot to offer, something unique, something different, something that might not be exactly the same as what you see from the West. Such as Suzchiang Tan himself, you can see how unique his style is, and his paintings is just out of the world. Is very exquisite and been collected from a lot of people from around the world. So the other artists, you can expect a lot from them as well. One of the a young artist from Taiwan that I have admired for a very long time. She uses leaves and twigs and tree branches to do the sketching, and it looks so calligraphic, so painterly. I can't wait to have a chance to learn from her. Her name is Ali Yu. So maybe if there's enough interest, we could ask her to book a private session for us. And yeah, many other artists that I met last year in Qingdao are also going to be in this art festival. So have so much to look forward to. And as already mentioned, we get to discover the historic streets, multicultural heritage from Melaka, from Muar as well, and the exquisite cuisine, the delicious cuisine that I can't wait to taste again. And you also get to enjoy daily cultural activities and nature immersion. And this is where we're talking about the second part of our trip to Guizhou in the mountain regions. This is the home of the Miao and many other ethnic groups in China. And you get to paint alongside artists and students from China in a real art and cultural exchange. So when we go to China, also these students some of them might be going to Malaysia also, and we will be able to not only our group get to learn from Suzchiang Tan and the other artists, but also there might be some art fans and art students from China to learn from them as well. And last year, based on our experience with Professor Hua, when we went to Qingdao, we had first 5 days of a master workshop with him. Our students kind of blend in so well with their students, and we end up, having a lot of exchanges, and they're still keeping in touch, and even give us souvenirs, gifts, and wonderful food. It was just all in all a very wonderful, not only art experience but also cultural experience, and you get to exchange with artists from all around the world, and you get to learn from with all these our students from all around the world as well. And how many paintings will you end up painting? You will paint a minimum 10 paintings throughout this entire trip, but it could be even more if you paint, every day and 2 or 3 per day. It really depends on you. The pace, it also depends on you. If you feel tired or you are too into the sceneries and the culture and you want to just, look around, you're welcome to do so as well. But if you're really there to want to learn more, of course, you have all of these workshops and sessions where we have with Suzchiang Tan and other artists. So you can paint as much as you want. And it could be 16 or even more paintings. right? And all this is to strengthen your painting and make you feel confident and be able to go out there to do plein air painting on your own. So this is going to be a full premium experience, and we planned it thoughtfully. And it took me many weeks to put together everything, even on website. And we will take good care of you, and we take care of all the details. So you don't have to overspend, because this trip is very economical. But you get an experience of a 5 stars premium experience, and you're not only learning from one artist, but you're learning closely every day for the full workshop, 2 days with Suzchiang Tan in Melaka. And then when we go to China, it's going to be 2 full days also from each artist, and sometimes a combine of the 3 artists that will be guiding us. And then in the evening times, we will also have kind of like a symposium workshop style for discussions, exchanges, and also to feedback session as well. I have a final exhibition of the students to do the final feedback session. Yeah. So when and where? As we mentioned, the first part is going to be from the 27th of June to the 3rd of July. And this is going to be in Malaysia, from the 2 cities, Melaka and Muar. And then the second part will be July 4th to 10th. We will fly out from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to Guiyang in Guizhou, and we could help arrange the flight, the tickets. If you're going to the whole trip with us. And then there is the third part that is optional. We're still in discussion. And also we want to see how many students will be interested. Then we could add this third part, like 4 days more, 3 or 4 days more, Beijing. The reason why I'm adding that is because I know many of you, if you are coming from overseas, you are likely to leave China from the 2 main international airport. One is Beijing, and the other one is in Shanghai. And so if we do go to Beijing, you have to fly out from Beijing, then it would be convenient. And it's such a historic and cultural enriching city that there's so much to explore. And we also know many local famous artists, as well as the urban sketchers, that they are so active doing plein air painting throughout the entire city every week, every weekend. So they would love to have us to go and paint with them. So that's something we could consider. Now, who is this art travel retreats for? Is for artists ready to move beyond your studio. You want to paint from life and deepening your observation and explore plein air, culture, and meaningful subjects. At the same time, it's also for beginners. I remember last year we had someone who's never touched a brush in her life, and she went with us to China, and she had a blast. It was so much fun. Learning life from the artist is so different from learning online, right? It's also for learners who value close guidance from master artists. These are really top-notch artists. You know, they're not artists from your community where you get to learn the basic techniques, but these are really top master artists that is very rare to have a chance to learn from them. And you get to paint with confidence and independence and intention. At the end of the session. This is what we aim for. So this is for creative friends and families seeking for a slower, enriching journey, reconnecting with nature, culture, and breathtaking sceneries. So we also welcome artists, friends who want to bring a friend or families to come along. It's kind of like a travel art holiday, right?
它的不同呢，线下呢，它能更直接的得到老师的反馈，或者说它跟学员的互动也不同，然后老师呢更能直接或者马上指点学生的一些问题，或者说我们在当下同时在进行一个区域里面的一种作品的时候，老师可以跟学生分享老师看到的是什么，然后学生看到的是什么，然后每个人的感受不一样，那如何利用这种感受跟在地的一些文化结合在一起？那这个东西是同时就是说老师跟学生一起感受的，那这个东西呢就会有一个冲击力。学生感受的跟老师感受的，它的差异性在哪里？或者说它的那个同频率又在什么地方？这是非常有趣的，这是在网络方面是没办法进行的。
So, as I'm showing you beautiful clips of our trip from last year, and then this is the trip to Guizhou this year. At the same time, Shuqiang also mentioned about the differences between learning online and learning offline. The obvious thing is learning offline, you get instant feedback from the artist, and you get to have this interaction with the artist. Sometimes
看一下他的这种方法或者技法，老师可以在当下会发现学生的问题所在，然后呢可以进行这种修改。而且我的那种线下的超生就是这次的活动，主要是开放的，是特别开放给很喜欢这种创作的，说对于绘画里面有更多的那种探索欲的人所以就为了开这个班其实我昨天去的马六甲去看一下，其实他的创作元素非常多，而且在一个热带的国家，跟你们加拿大跟欧洲，它的那个创作的环境、建筑物，它的一些气候都不同，所以这个也是一个非常有趣的一种挑战。
So he mentioned when you do offline on the site painting session with the artist, whatever the students encountered or problems, issues that you have, sometimes just from online, the artist might not be able to see what problems you encountered, but offline they'll be able to help you correct on site. Individually, one by one. So this is a very precious gift that you can that you can gain from learning offline. And also the sceneries is different from, for example, if you're from Canada, very different from Canada, right? And that will affect your emotions and your mood as well. So the way of painting will be very different. And if you like this style of going beyond just the resemblance of painting a scenery, or to painting the realistic scenes, then perhaps this is something that you can learn from, definitely from this trip.
这是马六甲，就是我有在创作多一张，就是去的时候回来的时候呢。
It's a little bit dim, but you can see, wow, this looks beautiful. Is a painting he just did when he went on the trip to Malacca just to prepare for our event. So he just painted this fresh out of the oven, so to speak. Look how beautiful it is. I will show you the daily program we have for Malaysia. So as you see, the first day we arrive in Malacca, we will have a airport pickup from Kuala Lumpur. It's not that far, about an hour and a half drive, perhaps. And then we will greet you with a welcome dinner party with Suzchiang Tan. The second day, we begin our official workshop with Suzchiang Tan, where he will give you a demonstration. In the morning, we will have an indoor session where he will break down the structure, show you how to see and observe a structure, how to paint a negative space, simplifying a two-point perspective. And you get to do some exercise of quick 3 minutes architectural outline exercise, a quick sketch. And this will, help you quickly grasp the outdoor painting, plein air painting. Then in the afternoon, we will go out together, select a scene. We will show you, or he will show you how to select scenes to scenes with breathing space. And he will explain to you what it means to have scenes with breathing space. And then in the evening, we want you to have a full local experience to go out on the Jonka Street, the night market, where they have plenty of good food there. Then the next day, we will likely go to the Red Square, where we can do our plein air painting. Suzchiang Tan will review your work, and he will explain his painting styles and his painting habits. Habits are very important. If you have a good habit of painting, it really helps enhance your painting. And he will show you trainings in compositions, how to create your own effective composition in the abstract way. And then evening, we will have group critique discussions, and students can identify he can help students to identify the most powerful elements in their work and what to improve on. And then day 4 is where we will combine with the art festival group. Morning, you get to do more plein air painting on your own, and you can use the techniques that you learn from Suzchiang Tan to create your own plein air painting. And then we will join the group for lunch and perhaps go to another part of Malacca to paint. Yeah, we might be another vibrant and historic street in Malacca. And then we have a dinner party in Malacca, and after that we will go to this day we will move all our belongings, our personal belongings, and your suitcase. Pack everything, and we will move to Muar for our second stay, second part of the trip. And then on day 5, we will be visiting some old streets in the old district, such as the Royal Palace. And we will be doing some paintings in this neighborhood. And so you get to paint some cityscape, yeah, but that is unique to Muar. And then we will continue on to do more painting in the afternoon. And yeah, this is where they schedule to have a sampling of durian, the exotic fruit, and we call it the king of fruit. An evening will be a free activities, and you get to perhaps visit the uptown and the night market there, or have a stroll by the river. Or if you like to do more plein air painting, you're welcome to. And day 6 will be the open ceremony of the art exhibition, the art festival. And we will have a demonstration by Liang Gang from China, Amut from Thailand, and Angus from Indonesia. I believe I met them last year also in Qingdao. Beautiful, amazing paintings and very talented artists. A second demonstration in the afternoon would be by Brian Tai from Malaysia, Miriam Kim from Korea. Oh, her paintings usually consist of 2 main colors. So in the limited palette, and very beautiful, very expressive and powerful. Yeah, and a funny, lovely lady too. You will love her. And then also Yongsan Lei from Taiwan, Luffy from Thailand, Marvin Chu from Singapore. Yeah, all will be doing demonstrations. So you're welcome to walk around and watch one or all 4 artists to paint and interact with them. A very rare experience to learn from so many artists. And then evening again, free activities. And then the last day, we will have a full day on the last day before we fly, right? So the full day consists of more workshop in plein air painting at a fishing village, and and then this workshop, and in the afternoon as well, guided by Suzchiang Tan and a famous artist from Japan. And then you also get to take a cruise down the Muar River and learn more about this historic town. And then we will have dinner, and after dinner, this is where we will head off to the second part of our trip. Or if you are not joining us, then we will say goodbye, and you will be returning home after dinner. We will have the bus to take us from Muar all the way to Kuala Lumpur Airport, and then we move on to our second part of the trip.